Welcome to the She Means Business Show, where our mission is to activate your confidence, amplify your voice, and help you to align to your power. Today, we have on an amazing powerhouse, the amazing Dr. Remina Panjwani. And with that, I will go straight into her bio, and then we will be talking functional medicine today. Dr. Remina Panjwani, a mom, veteran, and first-generation physician, broke cultural norms to pursue higher education and a medical career. Inspired by her military service in Iraq, she earned degrees in nutrition and medicine, specializing in internal medicine. Practicing during COVID, she witnessed the flaws in traditional healthcare and founded a concierge functional medicine practice blending Eastern and Western approaches. Her holistic model emphasizes prevention, longevity, and root cause healing. As an author, speaker, and entrepreneur, she supports high performers through workshops and corporate programs that integrate self-care. Her mission is to help others thrive through personalized, purpose-driven healthcare. So welcome to the show, Dr. Remina.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have had the honor and privilege of hearing you speak in person. And also, I'm so honored to call you my friend. So I'm so excited to introduce you to the audience today. And oh my goodness, your resume is so jam-packed with so many things. So take us back to the beginning and, how this became your passion as well.
So going back to where my journey started, it almost seems like a lifetime ago. Right out of high school, I went into the Air Force. And if you see as tiny as I am, I'm like 4'11" and a half, lots of personality. And I decided to go ahead and join the Air Force. During that time, my parents came from a developing country, so resources were very scarce. We were in survival mode, and it was up to me to figure out what I was going to do to change the trajectory and figure out the resources I needed. Hence, I went to the Air Force. And during that time, I actually gained more than I imagined I would. It was in the middle of the war zone in Iraq, about 2004, when an explosion nearly missed me. And I can remember the details so vividly. It was during that time where I was pretty much, it was an eye-opening experience. I thanked God, of course, that it didn't hit me and I'm alive. Then I knew that there was a bigger purpose out there. So that was the beginning of learning skills, of gaining self-worth, confidence, and of course, the financial means to go pursue a higher education. And in that moment, I was determined that one of the biggest tools that I could use to my advantage is education. So I had to figure it out on my own. When I came back to stateside, that was my next mission, was to get an education. So I served my time. It helped me get into undergrad. And during undergrad, this was the next stage. And I didn't know at that time, but looking back, I know it fits into the big picture. There were moments in undergrad where I would have memories, I would say, the voices that weren't mine, that were blocks. Often with amazing women that we come across, there are challenges that we have, and going back, we figure out what they are in retrospect. During that time, I didn't really have much support, right? My parents didn't know. They just knew how to put food on the table, and they gave me the morals to be a good person, which I'm grateful for, and hard work. But it was during that time that certain things showed up. So they showed up as panic attacks, right? And that would be me getting in my own way. And during that time, things like mental health weren't really discussed, right? And we know, looking at today, there's so much out there, and getting to root cause is important instead of bandage approaches. So when I was in college, I did what I thought I was supposed to do, right? I went to go ask for help, get counseling, and the physician, the regular family medicine physician, would just give me a bandage approach, antidepressants, and it wouldn't get me through to the root cause. In fact, you would have to deal with, the side effects. It wasn't until I actually went into and discovered my first yoga class. It was the best instructor. He trained in India, and I learned ancient tools that we use throughout today still, right? Yoga, breath work, nervous system regulation, reframing your mind, visualization, all those actually helped me go past my panic attacks. And of course, there's always underlying trauma that you have to get through. And so once I learned all those tools, that was the beginning of me being unstoppable. So I used those tools. I got through the testing to get into medical school, got in, used the same tools. And of course, that by that time, the girl who didn't have resources, the girl who was told she wouldn't be able to do anything, I graduated at the top of my class, and I'm so grateful for that. And then got into my first choice residency, graduated at the top of that. So I was excited. I got my first job at the hospital. I was a full-fledged attending, saving lives, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And then, of course, COVID hits, right? And this was a time that it was the first time any of us knew what to do, right? So I saw the cracks in our system. I saw how everything is a bandage approach. We're a reactive system. Now, of course, it's important when you have a heart attack or stroke. Those are important things. You want to put a bandage on that. But to get to a thriving, a life filled with meaning and purpose and having longevity and not ending up in and out of the hospital, there's more to it. And there's so much data that comes out there that gives you a personalized approach. So then I decided during that time, I'm going to go a little further, because if our system is missing this gap, I need to create it. And so I went to get more training with functional medicine and then created my own brand and system. So that's why I'm so passionate, because yes, having the tools is important, but having lived certain things is also important, because people feel that empathy and they know they're seen and heard, that there is a way, especially as women.
Oh my goodness. I'm over here taking notes. So if you saw me not giving you eye contact, I was just trying to write all of these
Yeah.
things fast, so fast. But one, I just want, thank you for your service and thank you for sharing your story, because, you know, I know when I'm doing these interviews, without fail, I'm always hearing something I didn't know that I relate to, even though our stories are so different. But just your having to rewire your belief systems around self-worth and confidence, and being able to find these different modalities that make such a change in your life, and you want to like shout them out to the world and be like, this is working, like let me show you this. It's so healing. So I definitely relate to so much that you said, although you are a huge powerhouse and have done things I could never dream of. So um, let's talk about your maybe a personal limiting belief for you, because I also know you have a methodology that you like to share that I definitely want to dive into. But when you talk about this healing, what was something as far as a limiting belief that you had to rewire?
Oh my goodness. And that's such an impactful question too, because I think as women, it's it's a little harder in society, right? And it's important that we know how to own our worth and how amazing and brilliant we can all be, right? So some of the early on stages when I was younger, the most formidable stages, when we develop in certain age groups. Age up to 7, the first 7 years are very formidable on your brain and your personality and how you develop. Then you go through the next 7 to 14 years, etc. Right? So each phase in your life, there's something that impacts you. So for me, I didn't really have the support early on with cultural beliefs that were imposed, and then those near to me that didn't give me the support, that they just didn't know how to. It was just generational trauma. We know generational trauma passes down, I would say, at least about 5 generations, unless you know how to stop and rewire your brain and actions and know how to identify it. So for me, early on, if I was not told that I'm smart, right? I was told the opposite, that I wasn't good enough from not only just, close people that have an impact, but just people around you, which tells you you need to change the people you're around, right? Having amazing powerhouse women around you, you will start believing it. But early on, I didn't have that. I didn't know I could do anything. I was told, okay, well, just go get married and have babies and that's it, right? Not knowing that I was good enough, that I could be pretty enough, that I was smart enough, that all these I was never told. So when it came time, I just would shy down. I didn't have that self-worth. And having the first thing to know is to identify, well, what is that limiting belief, right? And I love to blend in the science behind it. neuroplasticity, right? That's just the science of rewiring your neurons in your brain. And it takes about 21 days to start developing that. And of course, longer to keep that as a sustained pathway, right? Behavioral changes, lifestyle, right? So once you identify that limiting belief, you want to challenge it. If you don't know where it comes from, right? There's big trauma with the big T or underlying small trauma, which people have, right? I mean, we're humans. There's things that are going to happen, but to know where it comes from, that's how you get to the root cause of whatever it shows up as. If it's that limiting belief, challenge it and then rewire it, right? And that's where the mindset comes in. That's where the lifestyle, building the support system, getting the skills, getting the confidence, right? Because yes, it's good to identify and stop that, but then learn the tools. So then now you have the confidence as well.
Amazing. I definitely struggled with confidence and self-worth most of my life, and it was rewiring that through. It started with affirmations for me, and I remember thinking,
Mhm.
"This is so silly. Like, is this really going to work?" But okay, I'll try it. I'll try
Yeah.
anything. But I had come across this fact that you can learn another language in your sleep because, of course, your subconscious is always working. And so I started. I was like, "Well, if I could learn another language potentially, maybe what if I listen to affirmations in my sleep?" So I found like this 8 hour YouTube video, and
Mhm.
this was before, I iPod, or what is this? The iPods. I
Oh, the
was listening
AirPods.
to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the big old headphones on my head.
I love that. Yeah.
But that first day, I woke up different, and you know, that was kind of the kickstart to my personal development journey. But what you're saying in that neuroplasticity, it's not just
Mhm.
woo woo or just out
No.
there to sound silly. Like there's actually science behind it, and I'm living
Yeah.
proof that it worked for sure.
Absolutely. And I love how you said affirmations because that was also one of my beginning stages, right? And then you start believing those. You start noticing and there's also something called law of attraction and then you can get into like quantum physics and stuff. So you could break it down with science, but essentially that's what you're doing, right? You're doing all these things and be it simple affirmations, right? And if you feel yourself getting into your brain and once you realize where it's coming from, that's where all these additional modalities come in. So yes, it's beautiful. Something simple as affirmations. It's like reparenting yourself, right? Reparenting your brain.
Amazing. Yeah, we're good. This could be like a part three series. We start talking quantum.
Yeah, right.
Fun. Amazing. Well, I also loved in hearing how this became your mission. You really became, there's a quote I always love to repeat, and it's be the change you wish to see in the world. And I really feel like that is, our own unique purpose is when we see that void or that gap that we wish we had. And that is what we're here to do, is to fill that gap and be that source that we didn't have for our own healing. So well done. So tell us about your methodology and your
Yes,
approach
of
when a
course.
client comes in.
I love that. Well, typically clients, most of them are women, women like us, right, that have been basically shut down or not getting what they need from the conventional system. If there's symptoms, right, because there's symptoms that people just want to put a bandage on, or they are very aware, they're awakened, and they want to power through, they want to have longevity and age well, right? So those are the women that come to me. So that in mind, I already know how to help giving the tools, how to correction, sorry. I already understand where they're coming from, and then I like to empower and give the tools. So first thing that I like to do is we want to identify what's going on, right? So I absolutely believe in and love blending the best of Eastern and Western medicine and adding in the holistic aspect of it, right? The mind, body, spirit, because we're not just a body of organs that are filled with symptoms, right? We do have a connected system, but then we also are complex with the mind, body, spirit, right? It cycles it and it's connected. So that being said, my approach is, well, let's see, what's the identifying issue, right? So we need to find where the imbalance is. So they come to me, I sit down, I listen to their entire story, go dive deep through their lifestyle, how they're eating, what's their sleep like, what type of exercise are they doing for the current state of their body, right? Because sometimes too much cardio might be really bad for their nervous system, not enough resistance training, then you get into losing muscle mass and bone, etc., right? So I dive deep, and then of course diving into stress relief, mind, body, spirit practices. So learning that, finding the issue, where's the imbalance, inflammation, gut, hormones, whatever it is, we look deep into that. Then the next step, we add in the advanced tools, and then we curate a personalized approach one at a time, right? Because I don't want to throw so much at people. It's a team effort. I may be an expert with the tools, but we're a team. What's going to fit your lifestyle? So I'm not going to say, okay, if you've never had a vegetable, start eating salads only, right? So it may be like, okay, go walk outside. That's realistic. At the same time, let's regulate your nervous system because a lot of times these days, a lot of us have dysregulated nervous systems or gut issues, etc., right? So we look at a plan that's actionable with evidence and we go through that. And then, of course, integrating all of that. One of my favorite things that I love to do, and you were able to experience this as well, was one of the nervous system regulations, right? Because it ties into each pathway. We know that if we're in fight or flight part of our nervous system, right, our um, rest and digest, so sympathetic versus parasympathetic nervous system, they need a balance. And our body doesn't necessarily know the difference between being in an acute state of uh, attack or, your body it, right? Being chased by a bear or previous perspectives that impact how you perceive things, right? So your body's going to create a response. Cortisol is one of the most common markers that throws off your nervous system, and it ties into if you're in fight or flight mode, you're not going to want to have balanced hormones. Hence, maybe you're fatigued. You may have body composition changes. Your hair's falling out. Then maybe your gut issues, right? So I love to give the tools that's practical breath work, right? We know that if you can breathe within 30 seconds, you calm your nervous system down. And I educate, I empower. So we have the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in our body. Breathing helps tap into that. And you don't even have to do anything complex, right? It's with you. So learning certain cadence of breath work, learning how else to decrease the cortisol, inflammation, all that by just lifestyle, in addition to, once you get the lab markers. And then we have this whole biohacking world, right? You want to add cold therapy or, just all these other cold, hot, alternate. And then, of course, one of my favorites, which you experienced, was sound healing. There is so much information out there that's coming to light that when you look at images of an anxious brain versus a calm brain, it lights up differently. And then when you use modalities such as sound bowls is my favorite, but there's so many different modalities. Binaural beats, right? It adjusts your DNA, which affects the rest of your body. But things like that, when you can measure it, and then you also have the tools to empower people, you're truly healing inside and out. That's personalized to you and is sustainable. So that's how I provide all the tools.
Let's talk about sound healing some more because I feel like I try to tell people this a lot and they look at me like, what are you talking about? So,
Mhm.
like, I understand, like, because I've seen these studies where they put sand on the vibration of sound and these frequencies, like, create these beautiful different snowflakes. Like, so you can see
Mhm.
that where the sound vibration is actually, like, if you were to think of that as a cell in your body, it's like making harmonious like harmonious vibrations versus, different sounds that like contract and make, would technically be making your cells like not healthy. So that's the best way I try to explain it. But how do you kind of educate people around the benefits, not only the benefits, but how it actually works?
Yeah, so I'll start back with briefly, there was a few studies. So looking at brain imaging is one. So you already know scientifically it's making a change on your body. The vibrations were also measured on a device that measures brain waves. So we know there's different brain waves. There's theta, gamma, alpha, you can go on. But what they found was these frequencies, be it sound bowls, they do vibrate at different hertz and different frequencies. And it was measured to adjust the brain waves into the theta zone. theta you can tap into in different methods, right? You could do breath work, you could meditate, but sound is one of my fastest ways, especially for the hardest clients that have busy minds, right? We're all entrepreneurs here, most of us, running businesses, wearing multiple hats, maybe moms, and just running all over, right? So it's hard to turn off our monkey minds, but the sound waves and frequency not only adjust our brain waves, but our body's also made of water as well. So yes, that frequency you're talking about also impacts our body. So then you break up the stress that's in our body as well, and it helps balance it out. So you truly do get nervous system regulation from head to toe, and it's beautiful.
It's
Yes.
so beautiful. So, for anyone listening, I've been part of this twice, but you're looking at a room full of high performing women entrepreneurs. And this, we lay down, close our eyes, and, I don't even know how long you've done it because when we get back up, we're like, wow, that was so amazing. We did actually
Yeah.
shut down that monkey mind and breathe and, definitely feel it. So. Thank you
Yeah. A
for
lot of
bringing that
times,
up. It's so
yeah.
powerful.
Of course, and a lot of times, us being high performing women, the best thing to do is slow down and pause because the power of the pause is important to regulate your nervous system so you get that deep rest internally. And then you can get back, be more present and more optimal when you're performing. It's so important. And I think that's another thing, our self-talk, like we shouldn't give ourselves guilt, mom guilt or whatever guilt, right? Like it's okay to tune back into ourselves so we can give back to others.
So true. If we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of everybody else the way that they need to. Do you have YouTube videos of your sound healing or anything like that? Is there
That is so interesting you're saying that. I'm actually putting it together. I just
Nice.
made friends with a sound healing, a sound frequency scientist who teaches in California. So yes, it's a science, and we are going to put some things together. We put down a sample. I'll have to send it to you, but we had binaural beats, and then we had sound depending on the frequency, and we added in affirmations. So you're literally, yes, I'll have to share the link with y'all, but there is a YouTube, one of the first ones we've created together, and there's going to be more. I'm going to add in more sound bowls. But if you go on my Instagram right now, you could see snippets. The longer version is on YouTube with that combination. So yes, more to come.
Amazing. Let me know when it's ready. Um,
Yes.
okay, so going back to your approach and methodology. So I know we've talked about a lot. So is there anything else regarding kind of how you work with a patient or what you incorporate into those sessions?
It's tuning into what they need. A lot of times just being seen and heard and then adding in exactly the tools that they may not know that they need. It's it's really inspiring. It keeps me going when I see my clients come back to me and say, "Oh my goodness, like I feel so much better. This is sustainable." They one of my favorite ones, actually two most recent ones. Um, frequently travels, lots of stress. So gut reset was important, but in a sustainable way. So having that input, hearing exactly what it is, even though they think it's something else, but being the eye, the tools, the experts, that is how I can bring it together. I have another one that was also very complex, but there was some sort of inflammation that we had to get through. And both of those cases, amazing because I wasn't throwing a bandage approach. I was listening to root cause, looking at what's sustainable for their lifestyle, and then adding in the advanced tools.
Do you think specifically regarding women that there's kind of one root cause that stands out more than the others, or that's more prevalent?
Hmm. It's, of course, everyone is different, but I would say these days, more commonly, it really ties into some sort of stress on our system. Because look at how we live now, right? We have so much modern day stress, not only demands of all the roles we wear, or even adding in our lifestyle, right? I mean, look at how much in America that we have. We talk about processed foods. When we have so much stress, it disrupts our sleep. and then we have the hustle society, right? So I feel like most of the root cause has to do with a lot of nervous system regulation, dysregulation.
Mm.
And then tied to that too, I would say the gut. There's so much. So there is a phenomenon where there is gut-brain axis, and it's bidirectional. And there's actually data coming out. Johns Hopkins and also Harvard have been publishing evidence that this is a phenomenon. Why it's important that one can affect the other. So it gives you insight. Well, your gut inflammation may not just be isolated. And if you're stressed or you have anxiety, right, your brain, it goes bi-directional. So I definitely see these two at the forefront. And then as a ripple effect,
Mm.
add in wherever you are with the hormonal shifts, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
usually all related to that.
Well, amazing. It's like you're the one-stop shop for everything. So, oh my goodness, I know you have helped so many women today and just expanded, so many methods and techniques and maybe commonalities that they feel, that they can relate to as well. So now we're going to do some more fun, casual questions. Are you ready for the hot seat?
Oh my goodness, let's go.
It's very stressful, I know. Okay, so we'll start easy. What's your zodiac sign?
Oh, I'm an Aries. I'm a
Wow,
fire.
that is some fire. No wonder. I mean, the 411 power punch for sure. Okay, I'm also in the music industry, so I'm always curious to know your favorite song, artist, genre, whatever comes to mind there.
Oh my gosh, that's a hard one. Okay, I will say when I was going through it, when I was in the Air Force and when I was going through like finding my worth and getting that confidence, Alicia Keys. She had a couple of songs, right? Like Superwoman and then like just some really strengthening songs that I would just be like, yeah, that's right. I am Superwoman. Okay, I'm not gonna sing, but
Thank you for giving me the theme song for this podcast. Now I know what to do for the promos.
I love it. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, and something that is always in your purse.
Mm. I have a couple of things. So I would say so we were just talking about crystals, right?
Yeah.
I always have a crystal bracelet in my purse, whatever is speaking to me that day.
I love it. Do you have one that's a favorite?
I would say these days, okay, so right now I have an obsidian,
Mm.
and then I have a couple of crystals that are balancing mind, body, spirit, as well as they have a citrine, so for financial abundance. So
I love
all
this.
balance.
I'm thinking you need to start like a crystal jewelry line now.
I should. That's
Yeah.
a good idea. I'll do
Amazing.
my crystal sound bowls that come with the jewelry.
Yes, I want one.
I love it. Okay, I'll get you the first one.
Perfect. Okay, that's awesome. Usually, so many people say something like a lip product, so I love that. That's the first non-cosmetic answer I've gotten. Very cool. Okay, favorite? Oh, I can't wait for the next two questions because this is your specialty. But your favorite personal development tool? So that could be podcasts, books, whatever, specific
Oh my
ones.
goodness. Okay, so I don't have any stock in this, but I love Insight Timer. Um, it always has different types of guided meditation, or it has sometimes insights, special talks that you could learn something from. And then it also
Is this
has,
an app? I haven't heard of this.
yeah, Insight Timer. Insight. Yeah, like Insight, INSIGHT timer. It's free. I should have some stock in it because I use a lot of it and I tell everybody about it. But I love it. And it has different types of music too. So even if you don't want binaural beats, there's nature sounds, there's just calming music. There is different type of sound healing on there too. So I would say that is my number one go-to that I pretty much use almost every day.
Amazing. I can't wait to check that out. At night, I'm always like, what used to be affirmations, and I still do that sometimes, but I'll turn on ocean sounds or rain sounds, or
Yes.
sometimes just like certain sound frequencies that have like the 8 hours. Love it. Okay, then self-care tip that like you have to do every day.
Yes, definitely time for solitude.
Mm.
Definitely time for solitude.
Oh, that's a
That is so important in the before everybody wakes up so you can regulate your own nervous system before getting everybody else's things ready. So ground, solitude. And so I absolutely need to do that, whether it's breath work or just simple meditation or just gratitude, breathe, journal, and then move on. So that, and then of course, like movement. I definitely have to do some sort of movement. Maybe it's resistance training, being outside, or yoga, whatever it is that day, some sort of movement. So I definitely want to nourish my body as well. So those are self-care has to be non-negotiable. Sometimes it's hard, but then I definitely find time to go back to rebalancing because again, if we don't sustain our own self, how are we going to help others?
I love that you just said self-care is non-negotiable. What if
Mhm.
we, as high-performing women, really, I mean, I think that is, everyone has a level of that has become a high-performing female
Mhm.
entrepreneur, but non-negotiable, that's strong.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very serious and it tells a lot about you. What is your most used emoji?
Oh my goodness. Huh. I have to see a couple. Here, let me check my phone. There's a couple I usually use. Let's see what pops up. Okay. What pops up are hearts and the happy yellow emoji with hearts around the face.
Love it. That's so good. Mine changes weekly.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
true.
did this one to you this morning, but it's the upside down face, like upside down. That's how
Depends on that.
okay. So, all right. And what does she means business mean to you?
Hmm. She means business is really owning your power, truly being yourself and letting other women and other people just seeing how impactful we can be by the way we live ourselves, by the way we all have our gifts and impact the world, and putting ourselves out there, right? Paving a way for others that may need to look up for to us, being that support system. It encompasses so much.
Amazing. Thank you. I love that answer. And thank you for being here today. How can the audience stay in touch with you? And do you do sessions virtually or does it have to be in person and all of the
Yeah,
things?
of course. Well, I would invite you to connect with me either through social media on Instagram. I am at Dr. Remina, so DrRemina. My website is similar, www.drremina.com. Reach out through Instagram or even my email. It's at hello@drremina.com. I know I kept it all simple. So you can reach out to me either way. And yes, if you're not local, I can do a lot of clients of mine prefer virtual visits. Who doesn't want to sit in PJs and like just talk and get things done, right? So for the most part, yes, a lot of my clients are virtual for booking events. Same way, if you want to have a retreat or sound bowl sessions or collaborate, same thing, reach out that way. And I would love to invite everyone. My book is launching soon. It's called Odd Girl Out, Doctor Within, and the launch will be November 19th, 7 p.m. And I would love for y'all to join. It's 7 p.m. Central. Got to put the time zone in. And I will share the link. I would love for y'all to attend and share.
Amazing. Make sure you share it with me. I'll post it on the She Means Business page as well in a story. And oh my goodness, thank you for being here. And I completely forgot to mention at the beginning that you're also one of She Means Business Women to Watch. I believe it was the July issue.
Yes,
All
I think
right.
so. It was
So
this summer. Yes.
thank you for being an amazing She Means Business Women to Watch. And that is it for today's show, but I know you helped the audience definitely activate their confidence, amplify their voice, and align to their power. We'll see you next time.